This is the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast, episode 65. Hey, welcome to episode 65 of the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast. This has been a really great year. I'm recording this at the end of 2018. We have now done 65 consecutive weeks of podcasts. And so I encourage you to, if you've missed any of them, go to our website. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is what our website looks like. And you can see where we house the podcast. It's on the third tab of the website. You can find all episodes of the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast there. Of course, you can also find it on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and so on. But I did want to be sure that I pointed out to you not only the website, but where you can find the podcast. We have lots of other resources up there as well. So I hope you'll check out the site and listen to a few of the podcasts that you may have missed, but take advantage of the resources that are there because we really have a lot of great stuff for you. Okay, enough about the site and the podcast. Let's talk about the things you need to know going into 2019. 2018 has been a very interesting year when it comes to marketing. We've heard a lot about Facebook, of course, all the issues they had with privacy. We heard that about Google too. We also heard about things like marketing funnels and the need to use more video. If you've attended any of my workshops over the course of the year, and I did about 70 workshops in 2018, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but it's down from the 100, 150 or so that I did in previous years. But anyway, during the course of 2018, during the workshops, among the things we talked about were things like the marketing funnel. Funnels are a good way of talking about how we think about cultivating relationships, how we may find some leads and hopefully turn them into prospects, clients, good, loyal customers along the way. But what we've thought about in the way of funnels in the past was we would just try to throw everybody we could into the funnel as leads and just continue to send lots and lots of content, hoping that maybe some of it might be relevant to them. Well, the technology has improved quite a bit. And now we are able to put people into different funnels or sub-funnels, if you will. So someone may come into us as a lead, but then as we understand what their likes and interests are, we can customize the content. And that's what I mean about the marketing funnel shifting. We're now able to customize content so that we can better cultivate a relationship with people and help them become more loyal followers and hopefully at some point do business with us. Particularly in the B2B world, the business-to-business world, they're not impulse buys. There are people that have been on our list, in our funnel, if you will, for a couple of years before they get to the point where they say, you know what, I've been following you for a long time, Ken. And now I need what you offer. And it's only because we continue to provide them with content that makes sense for them, that they look forward to and anticipate. And that's one of the ways that the marketing funnel has shifted. We're able to customize our content better than ever. And speaking of content, content really is everything. And we used to think about content as having to generate blogs and articles that maybe are several hundred to several thousand words. Well, having the right content out there is most important. It's not so much about the length anymore. Shorter is better in many cases, and video content. Video content really has become a key way for us to communicate with our clients and prospects. Authentic video, not staged video. And in fact, video has become so important that Cisco, a company that's been in the internet business for a long time, has forecast that video will account for well over 70% of content consumed on the web as early as 2020. So if you're not using video, this is a really good time to start. But the bottom line is make sure you're creating content that's educational, that's valuable, that people look forward to. Next is that artificial intelligence is continuing to grow in importance. Lots of marketing tools are using that now, and some in more sophisticated ways than others. You may think of Amazon.com, for example. They use artificial intelligence a lot, recommending products that you might want to buy based on your purchase habits or based on searches you've already done. Netflix is another company that's now using artificial intelligence. How are they using it? Well, if you're a Netflix subscriber, and so many of us are, and Netflix now is presenting recommended shows in the top two banners. How do they do that? It's based on the kinds of programs that you've watched on Netflix. So artificial intelligence will continue to get better, and as a result, it will continue to grow in importance as a marketing tool. Voice search is getting better too. Think about Alexa, Google Home, even the voice searches you do on your phone, when you may say, "Hey Google," or "Hey Siri, show me where the nearest restaurant is." Search Engine Land, a very respected publication, has estimated that voice-based commerce sales reached nearly $2 billion in 2017. The estimates are that voice e-commerce will reach as much as $40 billion by 2022. So think about how when you do a search using these voice-activated tools, again, Alexa, Google Home, Siri, Google, take a look and see what shows up. And this ought to be a key or a cue to you that you want to think about how you might restructure your website, your online presence, so that you show up when people are searching for your products and services. Talking about video again, vertical video is on the rise. Video vertical is the video that is shot in a vertical format versus the landscape or horizontal format. Facebook is running ads every week, it seems, in ad age. Advertising age is what it used to be known as. And what Facebook talks about in the ads is how people prefer to view the videos that they see online on their smartphone in a vertical format, because that's how they hold their phone typically. Asking them to switch the orientation of their phone is something that people generally don't want to do. It typically will stop the video. You have to restart it. So when you shoot video now, consider using vertical video, and you'll find that the level of engagement will tend to be higher with vertical video than with horizontal video. Next, it's time to be thinking about Gen Z. Who's Gen Z? Well, that's short for Generation Z. Generation Z is the next group of people after the millennials. The millennials have very significant buying power. They are in the workforce now, and they are certainly a force to be reckoned with when it comes to e-commerce and regular commerce. But now Gen Z is following right behind them. Gen Z are the group of people that were born beginning in the mid-1990s. So from the mid-1990s to, let's say, 2005, 2010, these are people that now are developing buying power. So if your products and services are those that would target the Gen Z class, and particularly the older folks in Gen Z who at this recording are already 23 years old, they are entering the workforce. They are beginning to get a significant amount of buying power. So think about focusing your marketing efforts going forward. If your products and services cater to that early 20s kind of crowd, you want to be thinking about how you need to message differently to reach them. Next, visual search is taking off. Visual search is something that Google started with Google Glass a few years ago. Pinterest now uses, they have something called a Pinterest Lens. Wayfair, a retailer, has an app now that enables you to pick something out that you might want to purchase using the Wayfair app, and actually virtually place it into the room where you might consider putting it. That's part of what visual search will enable you to do. It's part of this augmented reality thing that you'll hear a whole lot more about in 2019. And lastly, in terms of things you need to be thinking about as we move into 2019 and think about it as a marketer of your product or service, influencers now look different than they did a few years ago. Of course, a lot of big companies are paying big money to get big names marketing their products, sports celebrities, entertainers, and so on. But now the savvy marketer is going after people that we consider to be micro influencers. These are people that have a pretty good following in the thousands, tens of thousands, for example. I mean, we have a following of over 10,000 people. And so the companies that have products and services that they want to market to a very select group can do it very inexpensively by identifying who the micro influencers are and targeting them. So if you're in a business where you have a pretty dedicated, loyal audience, consider how you might begin to work with those micro influencers to help you grow your business. Okay, so those are some of the top trends that you need to be thinking about going into 2019. By the way, I referred a lot to an article that I found on entrepreneur.com. That's the online version of Entrepreneur Magazine. The specific article I was referring to says it's titled 10 Marketing Trends to Watch in 2019. And the author was Deep Patel. Sign up if you haven't already done so for our next Day of Digital. That's Thursday, January 10th of 2019. I'll be doing a session on LinkedIn from 2 to 3 Eastern Time. That'll be live. There are 7 other presenters. You'll be able to learn an awful lot about marketing during the Day of Digital. Once again, that's January 10th. Go to dayofdigital.com. Sign up for our YouTube videos. That's youtube.com/Countess Group. And be sure you visit our website for all of the resources we make available to you. That's www.thecountessgroup.com. Tell your friends and your colleagues about the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast, and we'll talk to you next time. That's it for this week's episode. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode and you're a regular listener, even if you're not a regular listener, go ahead and visit us on our Podbean website. That is where we store all of these podcasts. It's marketyourbusiness.podbean, that's podbean.com. And follow us there. Let us know that you really enjoy the podcast by following us. And this way you'll get alerted every time there's a new episode. Thanks for being a listener. We really do appreciate it. And don't forget to tell your friends, too, about the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast. You can find it everywhere. Check out all of our episodes of the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast. It's on our website, marketyourbusiness.co. Look for the podcast tab, and there you'll find all previous episodes. And while you're on our website, don't forget to check out all the other resources and sign up for our weekly newsletter, too.
Thanks for listening to the Market Your Business Like a Pro podcast with Ken Countess. Be sure to visit marketyourbusiness.co to access show notes, discover our fantastic content, and sign up for our mailing list. Have questions? Send Ken an email, ken@thecountessgroup.com, or Twitter @CountessGroup. See you next time.
If you need help with this or anything else related to marketing your business, reach out to us.